Welcome to the show. I am Bradley J, and really the best part of this show.
It's me.
I
Very honest about it.
I thought I'd let you go ahead and say it.
It's me.
I thought you would be. I thought you would get more joy out of saying that than I would.
I really did. Bradley J, I have some bad news tonight. So our number one fan, my mother, she is having internet issues. So I don't know if she's going to be watching or not.
Well, you know how I can tell if she's watching? If the little I next to it says 1 right when we start.
Oh, well, there we go.
So yeah, your mom is. Your mom has not taken it off her phone and flipped it up to the TV.
Oh, she's having internet problems.
Wait, there's one person watching right now.
Maybe.
And my question is it Shayla's mom? If so, drop us a comment. You can comment anytime on our show on any of the topics we're talking about. It is the Bradley J and Shayla show, January 24th, 2024.
January is almost over. Isn't that crazy?
Don't be sad. It happens. 24 hours in a day, every day, boom's on. You know how I feel about these things when people say that, like, oh, my kids, they're growing up so fast. And I'm like, that's what they're supposed to do. Nothing exciting there. Nothing exciting.
Supposed to go on. Yeah, I get it. It's just this one flew by. Feels like it was just Christmas.
Oh, we're almost at Christmas now.
No, I said it feels like it was just Christmas.
No. Oh, okay.
I wish it was almost Christmas. That's my favorite time of the year.
Okay, so I bring up the year 2024 because I ran across this. I wanted to share this with you, Shayla, because I know that you like to look back in the future. You like to know what's coming. Check this out. Here are some predictions about 2024, the year we're living in right now, from 100 years ago. Somebody predicted these things would happen in 2024. One of them, that I think this one, somebody's missing the boat on this one. Somebody predicted that beds that you sleep in would launch kids up and onto their feet in the morning. I want a bed like that.
I mean, that can easily be invented, I'm sure.
Well, let's happen because I want that. Also, somebody predicted 100 years ago traveling to other planets would be easy and common. Again, why isn't this a thing?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to go to Mars?
No, I would have no desire.
And also flying clothes.
What?
Yeah, check this out. Someone predicted we'd all basically wear suits that made us fly everywhere.
Oh, that would be so cool. I would enjoy that.
I know. They have jetpacks, so we're getting closer, Shayla.
That would be so cool.
I know. Put on your clothes and then just fly out of the house.
But that's probably been invented, but the car industry is not allowing it to be.
Well, no, these are clothes that you put on, not flying cars. You would just put on your clothes.
But then why would I need a car I'll just fly there?
You don't need a car. You don't have to have a car payment or pay car insurance. You're paying human insurance now.
I know. That's why the car industry would not like that invention, because it would hurt them.
Who cares about the car industry? Make it for me and Shayla. Flying clothes.
I guess the flying clothes would only be for like close proximities, though. Like I wouldn't be able to drive to like another or fly to another state. Would I?
Maybe.
I could.
Maybe you would. Think about you and Gustavo flying to Brazil in your flying clothes and just holding on to your suitcases. It would limit you to 2 suitcases. 3, because you could put one on your back.
That's true.
3 suitcases. You wouldn't have to take a lot. Hey, oh, no, I don't want that one. Oh, I wanted to talk about this one. Okay, so this first subject is I hate when people look at me and say, are you okay? Are you feeling down? Are you sad? Do you want to talk about it? No, I do not. Do not want to talk about it. Here's the thing, okay? Because I know people, I'm pretty happy-go-lucky guy most of the time. I'm pretty upbeat, positive, always happy. But when I get down, I had a friend of mine who was trying to make me happy. And I told him in a mean, polite way. And when I say that, it's like, I'm okay. Like, I don't want to talk about this, but they kept pushing. And so I had to tell them. I stopped and I looked over at them, and I was down. I had something on my mind, and I looked at her. Her name was Tori, coworker, lover, but friend. But I had to tell her. I looked at her and I said, I go, Tori, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not trying. I go, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to be mean. I go, there are only 4 people. This is when my dad was alive. I said, there's only 4 people that I want to talk to about things that are bothering me, like serious things that are bothering me. 1 is my dad, 2 is my mom, and the 3 and 4 are my 2 sisters. You're not any of those people, so I'm not going to tell you. And she started to go on to me again, and I was like, Tori, seriously, you're making me more mad just by asking me what's wrong. Is that something that bothers you, or are you okay with? And I appreciate the concern, but my thing is, like, when I tell you I don't want to talk about it with you, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just letting you know you're not going to help me. I know when I give this problem, I don't want your opinion on it. I want people I've been around my whole life, because that's the kind of trouble that's in my mind.
Yeah. I feel like there's 2 types of people when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's your type that you would prefer to deal with it on your own. There's specific people that you want to talk to about stuff. You don't want to discuss it with everyone. I am actually the opposite, but I can tell that you are that type. So I know that when you're in a bad mood, like, I'm not going to pry because I know that you don't want to talk about it. But I'm actually the opposite, where if I am upset or hurt about something, I want to talk about it with someone, because then I usually feel better after I talk about it.
But do you have specific people? Like, mine are like my family, my immediate family. Like, not, and it depends on the subject. And there are like some close friends that there are certain things that I want to just talk to them about.
I
Like,
agree. I think it depends on the subject. Like, if it's something really personal, I'm not just going to talk about it probably with any coworker or any random person. That would probably be more of a family thing.
Are you like me though? Because people can, my personality, like I said, I'm a very positive, like, I want to be around positive people. I
Mhm.
like to have fun. I like to make people laugh. I like to laugh. So when in my range of, like, I guess it would be emotions, like, I'm up here like happy, but when I get mad or sad or something like that,
You
I instantly drop to clear
drop.
down here.
You
Like,
get
I am,
quiet. I've
yeah.
noticed you get quiet, and that's when it's concerning. Is it's like, ugh.
Well, my sisters know, like, if I'm something like that, even my whole family knows. Like, my mom and even my dad, when he was around, and both my sisters, when I get really quiet, and you can tell by the look on my face, because I don't have a smile on my face. It just, you can instantly tell. And like, my family does not talk to me. They avoid me. Like,
Oh, really?
they're just like, he doesn't like Abby. They just go that way. They're like, yeah, not going to talk about that. Betsy says, agree with you both. I do. Like, I understand, like, I'm, what's really weird is I'm a good listener as well. Like, I can, like, you've talked to me about some things, like,
Mhm.
work things and other things like that. I'm a
Yeah.
good listener, but I also tell people when they start to tell me something that it might be a problem. I'm the person that goes, now, do you just want me to listen and hear you out and
Or
not,
my
and
opinion.
yeah, or not comment, but I have to tell them, like, or do you want my honest, like, even if it's not what you want to hear, do you want my honest opinion? Because we're friends. I need to know what you want from me as a listener, because you can vent to me all you want and I won't say anything. And once you get it out and you're all done, then we're done. So that's the kind of person. But it just,
A good strategy, because you hate that person that puts in their opinion when you didn't ask for it.
yeah, because you just want to talk.
I just
And
need to. I just need to talk about my problem. Yes,
yeah, I think I'm good that way, is
you
what I do.
are. You're a good listener. You're a
I
good
think
listener.
I'd make a good
You're a
husband.
good talker too.
Yeah, I'm a good talker and listener, which I don't think goes together very often. I think that's a rare combination for a person. And I'm not saying like I'm rare, but I'm just saying, because my mom is a talker and she's a good listener too, I
I
guess, on
see
that.
where you get it from. But hey, thank your mom, because now you talk for a living. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. I like to have. If you ever listen to my show in 94 Country, I like to have a lot of fun, man. I like to ask silly, stupid questions and have people answer them. So feel free to call the show, 785-290-9494. Okay, so I saw this story in on my show prep when I was getting ready for my show. And I thought this is an interesting question to ask Shayla. So should you tip more in bad weather? So you order something, right? And you stay in. And of course they come. I give like 20%.
Yeah.
That's what I do. If I'm at home, I'm like, I got to drive and do all that stuff. Like, I think I'm a pretty good tipper, so I'm going to tip well.
Yeah.
So in bad weather, I don't tip more in bad weather because I think shouldn't I tip less in good weather then?
That's fair. So I actually ran into this recently around Christmas time. So like when I'm decorating the tree, I have made it a tradition. I want to, the day that I'm putting up the tree, it's Christmas. I don't want to cook. I'm going to order in pizza, eat pizza in the living room, enjoy the Christmas tree and whatnot. Well, if you remember how it was like around Thanksgiving this year, it was very snowy, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm still gonna order my pizza. It never showed up, Bradley J.
Ooh.
Pizza never showed up. And I was like, that's fair. I deserve that because it was not great weather and I ordered a pizza, but I was going to tip well because I realized that it wasn't, it was snowing outside. So I was like, I feel bad for the guy that has to deliver my pizza. So I'm going to tip him well. Well, it never showed up. So then I was hangry and I didn't get my pizza and then I had to just make food for myself.
Yeah,
so it didn't work out this year.
You can't be hangry while you're decorating the tree. That's just not right.
You have to be well fed. You have to be well fed.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody else, are you a better tipper when it comes to, if you're watching, are you a better tipper in bad weather or do you tip more in bad weather? Or is it just, are you like me? I'm like, hey, I'm not going to tip less in really fantastic weather and I'm not going to tip more in bad weather. I'm just going to tip the same. And like I said, 20%, I think that's fair.
I think so.
All right. Hey, this is a question I really wanted to ask you because I think this is kind of funny. So you go up to a door, right? And it doesn't say push or pull. What are you trying first? Are you pulling?
That's a good question.
I think
I'm a pusher.
Really?
What? Are you judging me because I push the door first? Do you
pull
the door first?
Yeah, I pull. See, because that's how doors work. When you walk toward them, you don't. Oh no, well, I guess you push your door, like you undo your pull
handle. So you think that it's going to be a.
Well, what if they have what if they have the long handle along the window that goes all the way over? Because that could be a push or a pull. Not just the one on the side, but the bar goes across and you can push it or, but if you can push it like that.
I feel like most doors are pushes.
So you think you want.
Like if I was taking stats going around town for the doors at the entrances, I bet they're mostly push.
I posted this on the 94.5 Country Facebook page, and there was one, huh?
What did people say?
There was one person who was very, very, I need to hang out with this person because they're very intelligent, but they said they look at the hinges on the door and then they know if it's a push or a pull.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, you're a pusher and I'm a puller. Like I pull and you push.
Oh, that's what makes us great together.
Is it? Is that what makes us great together? I don't know. Hey, what not so serious thing got you in trouble at school?
What not so serious thing got me in trouble? Oh. Okay.
I like how you got the question as you read it back. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. So not that bad thing. Don't say that because my mom didn't know that. But I'll say the not so serious thing. Yeah.
Okay, no. So I was like a pretty good kid, honestly. I didn't get in trouble much.
Boo.
When I was
answer. Boo answer.
I swear. When I was really little, and I mean like this was like kindergarten or first grade, we did some crafts in art class, and then towards the end of the class I got bored, so I stacked all the art things up. I think they were like little little trucks or something. I don't remember, but I stacked them all up. And then the teacher was like, "Who did that?" And I was like, and I got really scared and I didn't say anything. And so then I acted like I did not do it. And
Right.
so I didn't say anything, but then I came home with such guilt and I told my mom and I was crying and I was like, I was the one that stacked them and I didn't say anything. And my mom made me call the teacher and tell her that I was the one that stacked the art projects. And I mean, she wasn't mad. It was fine, but I was in trouble, but it wasn't bad trouble because I eventually told the truth and said it was me. So that's not that bad.
You're such a like, oh, I'm gonna be a rebel and stack these, and then all the way home on the ride home, you're like, oh my god, I should have told the teacher. Like, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I'm gonna have to tell my mom. Like, I'm just gonna have to tell her. And
but
then
you know how you like freeze up when like the teacher's like, who did that? No.
That's because I never did anything. I got in trouble. I got in trouble for talking in school. I just got
you did. Why am I not surprised?
That's what happened. Like that one time I had. I don't know what it was, but we were in sex ed class.
Oh, now this is getting interesting.
Somehow, hold on,
Mom. I also thought of this time too. That was also a good. I did go to the principal's office because
I was thinking about the time
when
calling your last name when it was supposed to be quiet. How do you get in trouble for writing your last name? What were you like?
My classmate was like taking roll call for the teacher and she didn't know how to spell my last name. So she looked behind and she asked me, hey, how do you spell your last name? So I was telling her, and then the teacher got mad and told us both to go to the principal's office. And I was like, that was it. And so I went to the principal's office and they were like, what'd you do? And I was like, I told her how to spell my last name. They're like, oh, all right, go back to class. Weirdest situation. I was so confused. That was my first and only time in the principal's office. I think the teacher was just having a bad day.
So did you feel bad all the way home and then tell your mom that one too?
No. I did tell my mom though, because I got, I went to the principal's office and I never had before. That was my only time.
Your mom never had to worry about not knowing how bad you were at school because you felt guilty every time you did something bad at school, even if it wasn't not so bad. That she just knew your mom was sitting at the dinner table with her coffee or whatever she was drinking, and she was like, "Well, what's Shayla gonna feel bad about today?" And comes tell me with tears in her eyes.
Bradley J, it just eats at me alive. Like when I feel bad about something or I feel guilty, it just eats at me inside. And
that's what makes you a great person. That's one of the qualities that makes you a very, very, very good person is that trait. So I mean, as a friend, it's great for me that you are like that because it makes for great stories on this StreamYard about you. And I can just laugh.
I'm glad my mom's watching so she can keep bringing up all those instances. So that's lovely. Glad her internet's working.
I have a special place in my heart for your mom.
I know you do.
Love your mom. I love her. No, mine was sex ed. And for some reason, I don't know if the class got in trouble, but all I can remember is all of a sudden we had to, there was like these pamphlets or books or something. And our teacher was like, you have to go home and you have to rewrite everything in this pamphlet or book by hand and then hand it in tomorrow. Of course, I got home and I started writing and I was like, oh, this is boring. He's not really gonna do anything or make us write or whatever. So I went in and most people turn this in and he's like, do you get yours done? I was like, no. And he goes, we have to do now you have to write 5 or 2 or whatever it was. And I was like, what? So I got up to I don't know, 25. I had to write. So I just started writing and eventually I was like, there's no way I can do my homework and eat dinner and do this. My mom, I told my mom, she's like, well, get to writing, no sympathy from that woman. Get to writing. If that's what the teacher says, go do it. And we had a desk.
Sex ed class? What kind of homework do you have in sex ed class?
Well, I can't remember. Do we have it when I was a senior or freshman or I can't remember. But anyway,
we had homework in sex ed class.
Oh yeah. You have to go home and read and do that. So I know a lot about sex education.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned a lot from because you had to rewrite it. I was like, my hand got tired.
Oh,
Too.
yeah.
You know, anytime you had to write like a lot when you were in school, it's torture because you're just like writing over and over again.
Yeah, I hear you.
It wasn't like the love letters I was writing girls out of town.
Oh.
I might have some of those at home too. I might bring them in and read them to you.
Yeah, let's read them.
Yeah.
It
If I can find, I looked for them that one day and I couldn't find them, so I don't know if I have them or not. I made a mixtape for a girl once too. It was an ex-girlfriend, and I actually got her back from the mixtape.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. I was good, man. Yeah, there was a PM Dawn song that I put on it, and I talked in between where it had the breaks in it, and yeah, I did.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, that was interesting. Got her back and then broke up with her again. So, but yeah, so if you need a mixtape to get somebody back, I'm your man.
You're the guy.
Yep, I can make it happen for you. Oh, I just got by the way, I just got a reminder of meeting up with some friends of mine tonight. Yeah, and they all canceled.
I did not cancel. I just simply
You agreed. You canceled because you agreed with the person who can't come. And I won't mention her name, Lindsay. Yeah, you know what? You know what's in my reminders? It's Bradley J's Girls Get Together.
Oh, that's cute.
That's what I called it. So yeah, so there was that. But anyway, we'll reschedule and get together. I'm very excited to see everyone. So all right, let's gonna wrap it up.
Last topic. I have
you didn't say you had a topic.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I said I had lots to talk about. Just real quick.
Right. I was going to tell you. I apologize.
Oh my God. You're already playing the music? Is this like you're trying to like cut off, the
this
light?
Is the Oscars. Hold on. No.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, so one of your questions I saw was about whether or not you are approachable.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'm glad you brought it up.
I have a good story for this because I learned this past weekend that apparently I am not approachable. Apparently I have a resting bitch face, and I learned this weekend as I went to Happy Bassett to see Savannah Chestnut that I told you about. She was singing at Happy Bassett, and I was like, I want to go see her because we held some interviews with her. She was pretty good. So I went there, and at the end of the night, when I went to the bar to close out my tab and pay for it and everything, there was this older gentleman next to me, and he started staring at me. He was very intoxicated, and I mean very. And he started hitting on me. And he was telling me, he was like, why do you look so mad? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look mad. I was just paying my tab. And he was like, and so I like kind of smiled, and he said, your smile is so beautiful. What's your name? You really should smile more often. You just came up here and you looked all grumpy, and you should smile more often. You got a nice smile. And I was like, thanks. I'm just trying to pay my tab.
That's why you had a mean face, though, because you had to fork over money for a good time.
Yeah.
You weren't. I mean, you knew you had to do it, but it wasn't the happiest moment in your life.
I know. I was like, I gotta go pay a bill. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but anyway, I was like, do I have like a resting bitch face? And he said, is that what the kids call it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yep. I said, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't matter if you look approachable to me or not. If I want to talk to you, I'm going to try to strike up a conversation. Am I approachable? Like when you first met me here.
You were approachable. Yes. I think you were approachable. You give me that vibe.
I try to have a happy face and all that. I do come on a little strong though with my personality though. A lot of people are like, ugh. God,
you do have a big personality.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, and then once you get to know me though, you're like, he's an idiot.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's a lovable idiot. Like
he's a lovable goofball.
Love him and ignore him and he'll go away. It's all you got to do. Or just walk
Okay.
away.
You can play the end credits now. I'm done.
The end credits. I like
Produced,
that.
written, and
That's
scripted by Shayla Sandraji. Co-producer.
So I know we need to have that, like a credit roll that rolls by is what we need to do. That would be funny. All right. Again,
We'll figure it
Shayla,
out.
as always, that's my favorite part of the week, getting to talk to my good friend Shayla. And don't forget, you can watch us on what we're doing at Facebook Live, and 6 o'clock on Wednesday. And you can also catch us on YouTube. Past episodes are on YouTube, so if you want to check out past episodes of our show, you can do that as well. So Shayla, as always, great to see you, and thanks to everybody who watched. And if you're watching later on, I just want to say thanks for coming back later and watching us again. So, all right, there's that smiling face, and now it's gone.